New at 6, it begins far out at sea, a silent shift beneath the ocean floor. Within minutes, the Oregon coast could face devastation, and within hours, the ripple effects could reach us all. KTVZ's Lee Anderson introduces our new series, Seismic Shift, as we explore how that moment will impact every corner of our state, including right here in Central Oregon.
Will a major tsunami hit the Oregon coast? Would it affect us here in Central Oregon? The answer to both those questions is yes. In fact, scientists say it's not a question of if, but when. And we will be impacted here in Central Oregon.
It has the potential to happen at any point in time. And so it could be now, it could be tomorrow, it could be weeks from now, it could be years from now. That's the challenge. But obviously, the more time between events, that points to more strain accumulating and obviously a bigger earthquake eventually. The accompanying tsunami would be pretty substantial as well.
All this month, we're presenting a special KTVZ news series, Seismic Shift, the role of Central Oregon in tsunami survival. Tonight, we begin our four-part series with a look at what is a tsunami. And who better to explain than our very own scientists, Shannon Brady and John Carroll.
Thanks, Lee. And as you said, it's not if, but when. So here are the basics about a tsunami.
A tsunami is actually a series of waves that have been generated by an underwater disturbance that forces the seawater toward the surface, often caused by earthquakes or underwater landslides. Let's take a look at what happens.
After an earthquake occurs on the ocean floor, the energy from that quake has to go somewhere, and it goes up toward the surface. Once it reaches the surface, it expands out in all directions.
Tsunami waves can travel hundreds of miles in each direction and can reach speeds of up to 500 miles per hour. While moving through the ocean, the wave height is only a few feet, but the energy is tremendous. The intensity of the tsunami can vary depending on the magnitude, the depth, as well as the type of quake. Tsunamis travel very fast in the open waters of the ocean, but slow down dramatically as they approach the shore. As the speed slows and the wave heights build, the wave's energy causes it to grow in height. This process is called amplification.
As the wave approaches the coast, it pulls water from the shoreline. This process is called drawback, and it may look like a very low tide for several minutes, but that's a telltale sign of the approaching danger. And before the waves move inland, the waves get larger as the energy is forced upwards. If there's a shallow seafloor immediately off the shoreline, the waves will be even larger.
The entire Oregon coastline would be impacted by this inundation of waves.
And this is just one aspect of the devastation and catastrophic impacts of a tsunami.
Thanks, Shannon and John. Now let's pick it up from there. Let's say there's been an earthquake at the coast. People there have about 15 minutes or so before a tsunami's headed to the shore. Where do coastal residents and potentially many tourists go? Many will come here, across the Cascade Mountains, to Central Oregon. It's been predicted our area may become the most densely populated in the state. In this series, we're looking at three areas of concern. First, the coast, and how Oregon is leading the planet in research related to tsunamis. Second, how will evacuees get here and when? What's the infrastructure like? Which roads? Will there be enough fuel? Do we have adequate police to handle the excess traffic? And thirdly, where will the vast numbers of evacuees stay? Does Central Oregon have a plan? We'll hear from experts who've researched this. We'll also hear from our local government officials about their plans.
There is expected to be an exodus of people that would naturally move, and Bend and the Redmond area would receive probably an increase in population due to this. And the impacts to the Central Oregon will be a large number of responders. The airports will be busy. Vehicles will be moving up and down, trying to bring resources into the affected areas. And there will be a large number of probably National Guard that come in to help support with that type of a response as well.
In part two, our Claire Elmer went to the coast And to Oregon State University's Wave Research Lab.
When a tsunami hits the Oregon coast, you may not feel the water in Central Oregon, but you will feel a wave. Find out how you'll be impacted on Seismic Shift, coming up Thursday, only on KTVZ News.
Thanks, Claire. We look forward to that report next Thursday at 6. And as Claire mentioned, we have traveled across the state to bring you multiple perspectives on this story. Our mission over the next 4 weeks is not to scare you, but to inform you. We've learned so much that we've created a special section on KTVZ.com and KTVZ Plus. There you'll find extended interviews and even be able to use interactive maps to see evacuation routes for different types of tsunamis, as well as other informational material from state and local agencies.